What's up, Broncos Country? Mile High salute. Here to preview the Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. This Sunday is going to be an afternoon game. Should be an interesting game. Both teams kind of in the same boat here. Both teams are 3-2. Both teams won their first 3 games. Both teams lost their last 2 games. And, this is a divisional game. It's huge for both sides. One team's going to leave 3-3, and one team's going to leave 4-2. So, starting out with my 3 keys to the game on how the Denver Broncos can secure a victory this Sunday, repping that Salute to Service cap that I just got. Repping the Broncos, you know what I'm saying? Number one, we gotta start off fast. Past couple weeks, pretty much every game this season for the Broncos, we've been starting off really slow. And it feels like second half is when the team starts to actually try and put points on the board. I think the most points we scored this season before half is probably 10. So not very good. But thankfully we played the Giants, the Jets, and the Jaguars. We were able to overcome slow starts in those games. But against good teams, you will not overcome those good starts. And especially teams that, are going to show up if you don't. Cough, cough, the Steelers. And especially Baltimore. Baltimore is a freaking Super Bowl contender. And we did not show up at all in that game. We looked kind of good to start out, but fell apart after that, after Teddy got hurt and blah, blah, blah. Rest is history. So, the Raiders defense is kind of leaky. They've showed it against, even last week when they played Chicago. Justin Fields, he played really well. If he can play really well, I expect Teddy to play really well as well. We got weapons. We're not going to have Jerry Jeudy in this game, unfortunately. But we got Courtland Sutton. He's slowly but surely becoming a Pro Bowl receiver again. Tim Patrick, he's developing into a really good receiver as well. We did sign John Brown this week to the practice squad. Doubt he's going to play. David Moore should be playing. Hopefully he can get some catches. 2 games so far, he hasn't caught the ball once. I don't even think he's been targeted at all, to be honest. But yeah, I don't really expect the guys who got signed to the practice squad that are coming up to really do anything because they haven't been playing. So it's going to take a little while for them to get into game mode. But I don't know. I want to see Noah Fant get involved more this week. First round tight end, and we're not getting him involved enough. So like to see him get involved, but last week, what killed us is we stuck with the run, and the run was not working. And if it's not working in this game, we need to abandon it. We need to start throwing the ball. I'd like to be aggressive in this game to start out. And I really hope the Broncos are. I really hope they start out aggressive in this game, throw the ball, get some runs. We might have to throw the ball to get the running game to open. A lot of people say that this team needs to run the ball to get the passing game to open, but we might have to do it the other way around. Maybe that's what we're doing wrong. But, I want to see this offense score points. I want to see us score touchdowns in the first half and, stop listening to other people's shenanigans. Like to prove the haters wrong, you know what I'm saying? So that's our first key. We just got to start fast. We can't afford to score 6-7 points and go in a half in single digits. Number 2, the defense is going to have to play well in this game. I think first off, we're going to have to get pressure to Carr because Derek Carr, he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league, as much as I hate to say it. And he's a really accurate deep thrower. He can throw the ball deep and connect on most of those throws. So it's going to be interesting to see if our corners can have a bounce-back game, because Kyle Fuller got burnt. I mean, he got burnt last week by Deontay Johnson. So hopefully he can have a bounce-back game. He hasn't been living up to the expectation of Bronco fans this season. So I hope that changes. Please change. And Bryce Callahan, I expect him to play well. Pastor Tane's going to be out there. I think Ronald Darby's going to come back in this game. So that will be huge. Another guy on offense, even though the offense was the first key, Mike Boone should be back in this game. So maybe that can help the running game out as well. But back to the defense. I think we need a pressure Carr, because I've been hearing he had a back injury or something happen last game. He's not on the injury report, but I was hearing he had a back injury, but I don't expect that to be a problem, but still, back injuries can be nagging if you're getting hit all day. So if we can get some quarterback hits on him, a couple sacks, maybe we can get some turnovers. But I don't know. That's been a problem for the defense, against the Steelers and especially the Ravens. We weren't able to generate a lot of pressure against them. So the Raiders' O-line's not terrible, so we'll see if we can get pressure on them. I hope we can. I want to see Von Miller, ball out. I know Malik Reed's going to show up. He's been showing up. And I'd like to see the front three, Shelby Harris and all them, do their thing as well. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, if we can shut down Derek Carr, I'd hope that we could shut down Josh Jacobs because he's played really well against us since he's been drafted. So hopefully slow him down a little bit. Darren Waller, since he got clean, started playing football for real, he turned out to be a pretty damn good tight end. So I'd like to see Noah Fant match that intensity because Darren Waller is going to show up, and I'd like to double team his ass. So come on, police. We need to slow somebody down. But anyway. And then third key, I'd have to go with don't get out-coached again. I mean, on all sides of the ball last week, Vic Fangio got out-coached by Mike Tomlin. But Mike Tomlin's a veteran. He's been through it. So he needs to come out and, get these boys right. Special teams, all that shenanigans has been pretty bad. I hope Vic can get the defense, to have a good game plan, come out, play well. Because this game's huge. I mean, if we lose this game, this might come back to haunt us later in the season if, we're in the thick of things. But I don't know, guys. It's going to be interesting. Another thing on the Raiders here, John Gruden, their head coach, resigned a couple days ago, or maybe it was yesterday, for things that I'm not going to talk about in this video. But if you want me to talk about in a later video, my opinion about it, we can do that. But he resigned, and I don't expect the Raiders to fall apart in this game. I think they're going to come out and play how they normally play. So I'm not even going to think for 1 second that them not having a head coach and having an interim head coach is going to mean we have an advantage. Another thing about the Broncos here, going to be wearing them alternate jerseys. Got them blue ones that we're going to be wearing back there, so I'm excited about that. They're making their debut this year, this Sunday. But yeah, going to the injury report real quick before we wrap things up. For the Broncos, Mike Ford, his corner, did not participate. He's probably going to miss a couple weeks, is what I was hearing about. Melvin Gordon, DNP, I think he'll play. Kareem Jackson, DNP, he'll probably play too. Alexander Johnson, Bobby Massey, DNP. They're out for rest. They'll probably play. Or they're going to play, obviously. Mike Purcell, Von Miller, they were limited, but they'll obviously play. Ronald Darby was full. Shelby Harris was full. Simmons and Cortland were full as well. On the Raiders side of things, Jonathan Hankins, DMP, Carl Nassau, Yannick Ngakoue, Darren Waller, they did not participate, but I expect them to play. I don't know about Jonathan Hankins, but and then everybody else in their report's full. They have a pretty long injury report, but most of them are full. There's a couple limited. Corey Littleton, what was that? Roderick Teamer, Dalvin Levy, Quentin Jefferson, Brennan Fancy Sore. Interesting names, but yeah, I expect both teams to be pretty much fully healthy to go for the players that they got. But, we'll see. We'll see. And then, rounding things out here, definitely want to see some of the key matchups. I definitely think one of them is going to be Darren Waller against Justin Simmons. Hopefully Justin Simmons can, shut the haters up. Hearing people saying that we need to get rid of Justin Simmons. He doesn't fit in this defense, but nah. I think you're jumping the gun a little too fast here. I mean, it's, week 6 in the season? And he's not playing like how he did last year. He's going to figure it out. He's going to get back to doing Justin Simmons things. And why not it be this game? So, hopefully he can do that. He's got a big test, though, Darren Waller. So, but yeah, I'd like to see how our receivers do against their corners. I heard their corners are kind of struggling a little bit. I expect Cortland Sutton to have a big game, and same with Tim Patrick. I mean, they're the main targets. But like I said, we need to get Noah Fant involved more. And I like to see Teddy, keep taking care of the ball, do your thing. Hopefully the running game can get open and get going. I mean, the running game has not really got going this season. So hopefully that can happen. Other than that, defense, let's go. We need to have a bounce back game. Come on, boys. Let's go. So that's pretty much all I got to say, guys. Other than that, if the Broncos do everything I just said, do those 3 keys, they got to start fast. I want to see the offense play well for all 4 quarters, not just 1 quarter. And then 2, need to limit, Waller, Jacobs, and Carr's, deep throwing ability. And then 3, we need to play smart. We need to have good coaching going on. If they can do all that before the season, I picked this as a game that the Broncos would win. I said the Broncos would split with the Raiders this season. First game being at Mile High this year. But if they can do all 3 of those keys, I have the Denver Broncos winning this game, 23-16. But if they don't do all 3 of those keys, they will lose. Yes, I just said that. So, hopefully Coach whips them into shape. We need to be aggressive from the start. And should be a good game. Divisional matchup. Always are fun to watch. They're good. Broncos, Raiders fans, leave your comments down below on your thoughts on the game. Should be a good one, though. I'm excited. And other than that, stay safe, be good. Go Broncos, baby. See you guys after the game on Sunday. Peace.